Welcome to Voices from the Past, where we delve into the lives of remarkable individuals whose actions have shaped history and continue to inspire us today. In this episode, we'll explore the extraordinary journey of Mother Teresa, whose unwavering commitment to the poorest of the poor has left an indelible mark on the world. Join us as we uncover the story behind her name and the enduring legacy of her compassion and service. Imagine walking through the crowded streets of Calcutta, where the air is thick with dust, and the cries of the sick and dying echo in the alleys. In the midst of this suffering, one woman, dressed in a simple white sari with blue stripes, moves with quiet grace. Her hands, worn from years of labor, reach out to touch the untouchables, the lepers, the abandoned children, the dying left on the streets. She is a beacon of hope, a servant of God's love. Her name, Mother Teresa. This is the story of Saint Teresa of Calcutta, a woman who gave up everything to follow Jesus' call to serve the least of these. Born on August 26, 1910, in the city of Skopje, now in North Macedonia, Agnes Gonsha Boyakshiu at birth was raised in a devout Catholic family. Upon joining the Sisters of Loreto, she chose the name Teresa, inspired by Saint Therese of Lisieux, the patron saint of missionaries. As she devoted her life to helping the poor and sick, she became known as Mother Teresa due to her nurturing and compassionate nature. From an early age, she witnessed her mother's acts of kindness, feeding the hungry, caring for the sick, and never turning away those in need. Little did she know that God was preparing her for a life of radical service, a missionary work that would restore hope to millions near and far. For nearly 20 years, Sister Teresa lived a quiet life as a teacher at a girls' school in Calcutta. She loved her students and was devoted to shaping young minds. Her students loved her in return. To them, she was more than a teacher. But in 1946, everything changed. One day, while she was traveling by train to Darjeeling for a retreat, she claimed to have had an encounter. One that would change her life, her mission, and influence the lives of so many people around the world. Sister Teresa experienced what she would later call a call within a call. She said she heard the voice of Jesus speaking to her heart, saying, "Come, be my light." God was sending her on a mission to help the poor and needy. "I cannot go alone to the poor. Carry me to them," Mother Teresa replied. She surrendered to the voice. It was in that moment that she knew her life would never be the same again. Jesus was calling her to leave the convent and live among the poorest of the poor, to serve him by reaching out to the suffering, the sick, and the abandoned. This was not an easy decision. She was stepping from certainty into uncertainty, leaving behind the security of the convent. But her faith was unwavering. She said yes to God. So with nothing but a few rupees in her pocket and trust in Jesus, Mother Teresa walked into the slums of Calcutta in 1948. She wore a simple white sari with blue stripes, the colors of purity. She had no riches to offer but carried love in her heart. Great love and compassion for the vulnerable. Slowly but intentional, she started her mission. She began by teaching poor children under a tree, using sticks to write in the dirt because they had no notebooks. She picked up the sick and dying from the streets, She bathed their wounds and held their hands as they took their final breaths. One day, she found a woman dying alone, covered in maggots. She carried her in her arms and whispered, "You are loved. You are not alone." The woman smiled before taking her last breath. This became Mother Teresa's life, offering dignity to the dying, hope to the hopeless, and love to the forgotten. In 1950, Mother Teresa founded the Missionaries of Charity, a congregation dedicated to serving the poorest of the poor. Other sisters joined her in the mission. They took 4 vows. 1. Poverty, owning nothing but relying on God for everything. 2. Chastity, giving their hearts fully to Jesus. 3. Obedience, following God's will through their superiors. And 4. Wholehearted free service to the poor, loving Jesus and the sick, the dying, and the destitute. Soon word of her work spread, and young women from all over the world came to join her. Together they built homes for orphans, shelters for the dying, and clinics for lepers. Mother Teresa would go anywhere, risking her life to save others. She would go to war zones, disaster areas, and the ghettos to care for the forgotten. Many questioned how she could keep going, surrounded by such immense suffering and dangers, but she always said these toughing words: "I see Jesus in every human being. When I wash the wounds of the sick, I feel I am nursing the Lord Himself." Her selfless love did not go unnoticed. In 1979, Mother Teresa was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. But instead of attending a lavish banquet, she asked that the money be used to feed the poor. She never sought fame. When asked how people could help, she simply said, "Find your own Calcutta. There are poor people in your own cities. Serve them with love." Her work expanded globally. Homes for the sick and dying were opened in over 120 countries. Even in her old age, suffering from heart problems, she continued serving, refusing to slow down. On September 5, 1997, at the age of 87, Mother Teresa passed away. The world mourned the loss of a saint, but heaven gained a faithful servant. In 2016, she was officially canonized as Saint Teresa of Calcutta by Pope Francis. But her true legacy is not in titles or awards, it is in the countless lives she touched. She left us with a challenge. Mother Teresa's frequent words were, "Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love." Like Mother Teresa found her purpose in the streets of Calcutta, helping those in need. Have you discovered where your own compassion and skills can make a difference? Consider searching for your own Calcutta, where you can contribute to the world in a meaningful way. Your journey of service and impact could start today.